Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rav'n Moon's Astro Forecast. I'm your host, Rav'n Moon. It's been a while. I took a little hiatus for the holidays. It took a little bit longer than I expected, which is okay. My boss is really lenient and kind. So, I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving celebration. Right before the holiday, on November 22nd, the sun moved into jovial, adventurous, lighthearted Sagittarius. So that brings a more social air to our holiday season. As well, Mars joined the sun on November 24th. And right after that, we had a full moon in Gemini, rounding out the holiday weekend. So yeah, so we had a big shift during the holidays of the sun and Mars moving into Sagittarius. And then we had that full moon in Gemini on Monday evening after the holiday, which to me was very heavy, not fun energy, which is okay. That's what happens a lot of times with full moons. On Monday, December 1st, Mercury moved into Capricorn. So like I said, you have the sun and Mars bringing this lighthearted, fiery energy to the holiday season. And then you have Mercury in there really balancing out your thought process and how you're communicating and things like that. Mercury in Capricorn is going to bring a very practical nature to your thinking. It's a great time to think about your ambitious nature, your career, finances, your future. Are you saving money? Those types of things, right? Especially when we're all urged to overspend and dip into our wallets for our friends and family for the holidays. It can be very easy to go overboard, and I think Mercury in Capricorn is going to stop us from that kind of behavior, which is actually quite the blessing, isn't it? And then today, December 4th, in just like 2 hours, depending on what site you're looking at, Venus will move into Scorpio. So a lot of astrologers say this is not exactly a happy place for Venus to be, right? You know, same thing if you were watching my show about Venus and Virgo. Venus is, you know, fun, flirty, social, all of those things, right? Like Libra. And Scorpio is pretty flippin' intense, right? So, with that said, right, that the planet isn't exactly happy in whatever sign, natives that are born, you know, with, you know, like any Scorpion out there, any person with Venus in Scorpio that was born with Venus in Scorpio, this is actually going to be a really comforting time, because now Venus is where it's comfortable for you, if you will. So it's never like a total bad thing for everybody, you know, when I say these things like, oh, Venus isn't happy in this sign, right? It's just very different energy from what that planet exudes. But that's okay. Planets are amazing, right? And they're just going to bless that sign with that energy. So love gets the focus of Scorpio, right? So what's Scorpio? Scorpio's intense. Scorpio's deep. Scorpio wants to know what's at the heart of the issue, right? So now our relationships come under that focus. Where Venus in Libra, it's like, oh, let's get to know each other, let's court, let's, you know, have fun, and all those things. Now, this time period is going to beg the question, what are we doing here? Does this have, you know, legs for the future? Do I even want that, right? Because this is a great time for you to really consider what you want out of love and relationships, because it's going to be different for everybody. You could have one person that is very much just wanting casual fun with lots of people. You could have somebody that really wants to build a relationship and maybe a forever kind of bond. So it just depends on where people are, and it's really up to us to go into ourselves and ask those questions. And if we're in a relationship or starting a relationship or whatever, to use communication to let people know what your needs are, so that they can either step up to the plate Or you can free yourselves from that attachment and find someone that's really going to resonate with you. So with that, hey, my 5 minutes are done exactly on the dot. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I'm sorry I was a little bit late with broadcasting, had some technical issues, but here I am and so thankful to be here. A friend passed away. I'm not going to mention names, but just rest in peace. There has been so much death at the end of this year. So anyways, with that, love to all. Hug those that you love and keep those that you care about close.